wanted to do for today's psychological lecture is basically give you guys two scenarios. Instead of me sitting here and yapping and give you guys information, I'm not going to do that today. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to give you guys two different scenarios of two different traders, right? And basically, I want you guys to come to a conclusion of who becomes profitable and who becomes unprofitable. Just for, to preface this, both traders that I'll be using in this scenario is Trader 1 and Trader 2. That's what we'll name them. They both have 9 to 5s. They both don't have a lot of money in the bank, and they both have school. And so the reason I wanted to add this in there is because I wanted it to relate to a lot of you guys, because I know a lot of this applies specifically to you guys, and I want to show you what it takes to actually become profitable on a day-to-day basis. So trader number one's mindset is, I have all these obstacles in my life, but I'm going to make this trading thing work. However, trader number 2, their mindset is, I have too much things going on in my life to apply towards trading. So immediately off of that, you can see that the two mindsets are completely different. Both traders have a lot of things going on in their life, but one trader is willing to make trading work, willing to put in the inputs for trading, while the other one is making the excuse of not having or having too many things going on to apply time towards trading. Trader number 1, they join as many daily live calls as possible. They join all the psychological lectures like this one, like we have on the weekend as a group. And if they miss any lectures or any calls, they go back into the WAP and they watch the recaps on WAP. Trader number 2 only joins the calls every few weeks. That's it. Just every few weeks they'll join the call. Maybe once a month, maybe once every other month. When they feel like they have time, or whenever they can put times towards the call, that's when they'll join. They're not really going to take it serious. They're just going to join every few weeks. Trader number 1 watches all the WAP course videos, and even maybe goes twice through all the WAP course videos. And all the WAP course videos is just the videos that's on the app that I have you guys set up within. And trader number 2 has only watched a few lectures total. And I hope you guys can kind of see where I'm going with this as I continue going down this list. Trader number 1 uses Google Calendar to schedule their day to have max discipline. They have a structured day, even though they have a 9 to 5, they have school, they have a lot of things going on in their life. They're at least structuring out their day, so they have time blocks to allocate for different things within their day-to-day life. Trader number 2, however, has no daily schedule, no daily routine, no pre-market routine, just basically waking up whenever, sleeping whenever, hopping on the charts and just praying for luck at some point to make this skill set turn them profitable. Trader number 1 will ask for Dylan's help when struggling or needing guidance within their trading journey. However, trader number 2 doesn't even utilize Dylan as a valuable resource within the trading journey. Trader number 1 puts extra time within the day to learn and build trading as a skill set. However, trader number 2 doesn't utilize the few hours of free time per day to put towards trading. Let's say you have an hour at night to just relax, or an hour in the middle of the day to, just free time. Trader number 1 is going to utilize that hour to maybe go watch a video for trading, maybe go back test for a little bit, maybe journal for a little bit, whatever it is. However, trader number 2 says, fuck that, I'm going to go doom scroll on Instagram and go play the game. You feel me? It's two completely different things. And then the last thing that I want to put in here is trader number 1 focuses on the daily inputs, like back testing, journaling, educating themselves, whether it's YouTube, whether it's my videos, whatever, hitting the gym, and etc. Other things that are productive towards their life. Maybe it's working on a business, maybe it's working on your goals, whatever it is. And then trader number 2 is not consistent with putting any daily inputs into trading or outside of trading. And so now with everything that I've just listed off from trader number 1 and trader number 2, you guys can use the chat for this as well. Which trader, from all the things that I just listed off here, which trader becomes profitable out of both of these traders? Which one is the one that becomes the profitable day trader? Trader 1, who, even though they have a lot of things going on in their life, they're still applying time towards trading. They're watching all the psychological lectures. They're watching all the recaps when they miss the calls. They're utilizing Google Calendar. They're asking Dylan for guidance. They're putting extra time within their day to build upon the trading skill set, focusing on their daily inputs. As opposed to trader 2, they have the mindset that they have too much things going on to really put time into trading. They only join the calls maybe once every few weeks, only watch maybe a few psychological lectures. There's no daily routine and or schedule. It doesn't utilize Dylan as a resource, and doesn't utilize the free time that they have every day. You guys can use the chat. Which trader here becomes profitable and which trader becomes unprofitable? I at least need one answer in the chat, or you can unmute or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Trader number one. What is trader number one, Misa?
Trader number one is the one that uses you, right, as a guidance and uses, like, is more responsible towards what they gotta get done in order to make it. As for they know what they gotta do, but they're too lazy to put the input they gotta do to
Exactly.
make it happen. I mean,
Exactly. So what does trader number one end up becoming? Is trader number one profitable or unprofitable at the end of the day?
profitable.
Okay, beautiful. So that's the reason I wanted to make this analogy. And I really hope this resonates with you guys as well. Because the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this is that there is everybody that I've worked with, everybody that even myself as well, even myself included, has all came from similar positions. Has all came from similar positions. Has been in school, maybe not in school, but has a job that takes a lot of their time. Obviously, like family and stuff like that out the way. Maybe not much money in the bank, whatever it is. Even with all those things going out on in that trader's life, there is going to be two vastly different people when it comes to the inputs that a trader makes on a day-to-day basis. Like I said here in this list, there's one trader that's going to reach out to me for help when they're struggling, and there's another trader that's going to run away from me when they're struggling and try to solve all their problems on their own. There's one trader that's going to utilize a calendar to make sure that they're being disciplined every single day because they know that discipline outside of trading molds into discipline within trading. And there's another trader that doesn't even utilize the calendar, just kind of free balls the entire day. There's one trader that tries to join as many live calls, as many psychological lectures, ask as many questions as possible, and if they miss any calls, they're going to come back and join. They're going to go back and watch the recaps. And there's the other trader that doesn't even put any of that on an input level to that perspective. You feel me? And so the reason I want to compare these two is because we can all relate on a lot of these different things, but showing you guys the two vastly different comparisons of a trader one and trader two, even though they both come from the same situation, will completely lead to different outputs. Completely leads to different outputs. And so a lot of you guys, if you guys don't know, as far as like when I became profitable, I was trader one. But for the longest time, longest time when I was unprofitable, I was trader number two. I didn't reach out for resources to help me within my journey. I wasn't really putting a lot of time into trading. I was kind of just, treating it as like a little side hobby or whatever. Just kind of willy-nillying it every single day. Had no structure within my day. Didn't really have the best mindset within it. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't putting consistent inputs in on a day-to-day basis. So if you just look at that from an input perspective, right? If we just look at this shit from face value, and we look at trader one versus trader two, we can see that trader two is inevitably going to be unprofitable for the time being. You feel me? I also didn't add a relationship with God in here. That was also a good one as well. But from face value, you can quite literally easily see that there is a night and day difference between who becomes profitable and who becomes unprofitable. And it doesn't stem from where you're at right now. It doesn't stem from if you live with your mom and your dad and you're older. It doesn't stem from if you're in college or high school. It doesn't stem from if you have a job or if you don't have a job. It doesn't stem from if you're in school or if you don't have school. That shit does not fucking matter. It stems from what you do with what you have. It stems from what you do with what you have. And so the thing is, if you think you can come into trading and put half-ass effort into this shit and expect yourself to become profitable, it's never going to happen. People are going to run laps around you. Niggas like me will run laps around you. And I don't even say that to sound egotistical. I'm saying that because it's the truth. I see people that I look up to running laps around me, but I'm still doing a lot better for myself than I was a year ago this time. But why is that? Because I am molding myself into trader number one. I do all these inputs on a day-to-day basis. I put a lot of time into trading. I'm always looking for guidance. I have a calendar to keep myself disciplined as far as what I'm doing every single day. You know what I'm saying? I'm always educating myself. Even though I'm educating you guys every single day, I'm still taking the time out of my day to watch educational trading YouTube videos religiously. Bro, it sounds fucking crazy. I literally go to sleep watching trading YouTube videos, psychology videos, whatever it is. I go to sleep listening to that shit. I kid you not. God kill me right now if I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of energy into you guys, but the thing is, in order for you guys to become profitable, the simplest thing you guys have to understand is that the 100% that I'm giving you, you guys have to match that with your 100%. If you guys give me 50% or 25%, yes, you can still make it to become a profitable day trader, but you're just elongating the process to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Trading from a face value is a very simple thing. You hop on, you follow your system, you journal your shit, and then you're good. You feel me? You backtest, refine your strategy, and you're good. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But when you're learning this shit as a skill set, when you're building yourself as a trader, you have to establish discipline in all aspects of your life. Because the second you think that you cannot be disciplined in every other aspect of your life and come into trading and try to beat the institution, which is one of the hardest fucking things in the world to do, as just a unprofitable, lazy motherfucker that doesn't put any inputs into this shit, it's never gonna happen, bro. It's never gonna happen. And the thing is, I hate being hard on you guys, but for me to get this point across, I have to be hard because I had to be hard on myself the same way, the same exact way. You feel me? And so it's like, bro, I care for every single one of my students. Everybody that's watching this or everybody's in this call right now, I care for all of you guys way more than you guys may know. Way more than you guys may know. Because at the end of the day, I want you guys to win just as bad as I want myself to win, if not even more. If not more. You feel me? And so it simply comes down to what you do on a day-to-day basis. That's all it comes down to. Is who are you on face value? Obviously, there's other things outside, external things like, work, school, money, whatever, your family, whatever is going on. All that stuff is kind of external. But when it comes down to the internal things and the things you can do every single day, what are you doing? You feel me? What are you doing? It comes down to the simple decision of, are you going to sit there for 2 hours and doom scroll Instagram and TikTok Reels? Or are you going to sit there for 2 hours, back test for 30 minutes, journal for 30 minutes, educate yourself for 30 minutes, and give time to God for 30 minutes? Which person from that set of 2 hours is going to get to where they want to go to in life? Just simply, which person is going to get to that point? You know what I'm saying? It's the person that's putting in the better inputs. Me and you both have 24 hours in a day. We both have the same exact fucking 24 hours in a day. So you cannot come to me and tell me that you have no time to put towards trading, that you have all these excuses when it comes towards trading, because that is a victim mindset. That is a victim mindset. And that mindset is going to keep you stuck in the exact same position that you're in right now. And none of us want that. All of us want elevation. All of us want growth. All of us want to achieve profitability. All of us want to achieve success. But what do we have to do to achieve that? And it starts with the decisions that we make every single day. And so that's the reason that I wanted to do this comparison for you guys. Is because it's a very, very, very big switch psychologically, emotionally, physically, mentally that you have to make. But once you hit that switch and you just apply that shit with consistency and obviously with a good relationship with God, that's when everything changes for you. That's when everything changes for you. I kid you not. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, 1 year ago this time, I was probably the worst trader you guys know. I know I've talked to Misa about this, Dash. I don't know if I told you, but 1 year ago this time, I was probably the worst trader than every single person I've encountered up to this point. I kid you the fuck not. I had no strategy, no system, no discipline. I had some discipline. I was hitting the gym and making content, so some discipline. You know what I'm saying? I had my business and stuff, but I had a victim mentality. I didn't really think I could make this trading shit work. I contemplated myself day in and day out. I wasn't journaling. I wasn't back testing. I wasn't putting time into God. I wasn't reaching out for accountability or reaching out for other resources. I wasn't doing any of that shit. So how the fuck am I going to expect myself to become a profitable day trader when those are my inputs on a day-to-day basis? It's never going to happen. You're going to run in a fucking a rat wheel, just going down the fucking hamster wheel, up and down, 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 not moving. Not moving at all. It just feels like you're on a hamster wheel. It feels like you're on a fucking hamster wheel. But when you make that switch, I'm telling you right now, for every single person that can hear my voice right now, bro, when you make that switch, and it's not a hard switch. It's really not a hard switch to make. It's really not a lie. If you really look at it from face value, it's not a lie. It's 2 hours a day. If that. If you're going to put in the bare minimum, it's 1 to 2 hours a day. If you really want this shit, you'll put in more. But if you want to put in the bare minimum and, at least get there eventually, 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it from face value, it's not a lot. You feel me? Y'all would go put 1 to 2 hours into doom scrolling, into bitches or niggas or whatever it is. Y'all would go put that into stupid shit like drinking, smoking weed, playing the game, sleeping in. All of this shit that's just pulling you further from the goals that you want to achieve. All of this shit that's just pulling you every single day further from the things that you want to achieve. How are you going to ever get to that point? How are you ever going to get to the point of profitability if that's what your day-to-day looks like? I'm telling you, niggas like me will run laps around you. Literal laps around you. You guys see me rinsing the market. I haven't lost in 19 days. 19 days. And again, I'm not saying this egotistically. I'm saying this to get my point across to you guys because I care for you guys. I don't care about my win rate. I don't care about none of that shit, bro. I care about you guys. That's the reason of this call, is for you guys. You know what I'm saying? All that shit doesn't matter. But I'm telling you guys this because you guys need to see that there is a complete opposite side. There's a complete opposite end to this skill set that you're trying to learn. You feel me? And 1 year later, after all those things that I just told you guys, I had no strategy, no discipline, no structure, no system, no strategy, all that shit. I had none of that. But within 1 year, within one fucking year, my entire life has changed because of this trading shit. Entire life, bro. Entire life. I've ripped multiple 5 figures in payouts. I have all y'all as students. I have 1,000 people in this Discord right now. You feel me? 20 account Instagram. But all that shit that you guys see me with not right now, came from putting in inputs religiously, bro. Religiously. Getting with God, hitting rock bottom, getting with God, starting to back test, starting to build a strategy, starting to refine a system, starting to journal every single day, starting to actually follow a system and a strategy every single day that's going to get me to where I want to go to, starting to ask questions, starting to educate myself every single day, starting to build discipline outside of trading. You know what I'm saying? Cutting off distractions that is not going to get me to where I want to go to, whether it's females, whether it's vices, whether it's video games, whatever it is, cutting that shit off. It's how serious do you want it? It's how bad do you really want this shit? One of the first questions I ask you guys whenever you guys join my mentorship is I say, what is your reason for wanting to learn trading? And I know a lot of you guys remember that me asking you guys that question. It's what is the reason for you wanting to join trading? And I can tell you guys your answers right now. Some of you guys it's location freedom. Some of you guys it's you want to get out of your job that you're currently working. Some of you guys is you just want to have time to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have too much time that you have to apply into other things, like a job, like hobbies, like different things that you have to apply time to that you don't want to. You feel me? And so trading for you guys is the way out. Trading was the way out for me. I mean, kinda. I had a business, but you know what I'm saying? Trading was still, it was still the threshold that I knew that was going to change my life if I mastered it. You feel me? But at the same time, how in the world will you ever achieve these things if you're not willing to change your day to day? And so all I'm asking you guys to do today is to stop being trader number 2 and to simply become trader number 1. And it's not something that takes years to do. This is something that can be done as soon as tomorrow. As soon as tomorrow. It's a very simple thing to explain, but it's a very hard thing to conquer, if that makes sense. So even though I can sit here and explain it to you guys, it's really going to come down to your willpower and your discipline over time. But if you guys apply the tactics that I tell you, like using Google Calendar to structure your day, utilizing me as a resource, asking me questions, coming to me when you guys are struggling in trading, you know what I'm saying? Coming to me to help you guys set up your back testing, coming to me to help you guys set up your journal so you can journal your trades. You know what I'm saying? Coming to me so you guys can learn the strategy that's made me profitable, or at least take confluences from that and implement it into your strategy. Watching the videos that I put into the WAP every single day. You know what I'm saying? At least switching your mindset from a victim mindset of, oh, I don't know if I have enough time for this shit. Instead of that, switching your mindset to a thing of, I don't have a lot of time, but with the time that I have available, let me try as hard as I fucking can to make this shit work. As hard as I can to make this shit work. Because I guarantee you right now, there's been somebody that's been in worse shoes than where you're at currently right now that's made it to exactly where you want to go. Exactly where you want to go. And so if that's the case, then what's the difference between you and them? What's the difference between you and that person? And it just comes down to simplicity, structure, and consistency. That's all it is. A lot of niggas will sit here and try to overcomplicate this trading shit. They will try to overcomplicate the fuck out of this trading shit. And there's really no reason to overcomplicate this trading shit. There's really no reason for it. Because at the end of the day, trading at the end of the day is a very simple thing. Once you master trading, it's a very repetitive process. For me, now that I haven't mastered it, but for me that I've got a grip of trading, I've got a grip as opposed to what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, it's the same shit every day. It's the same shit. There's nothing that changes. I wake up, I have my morning routine, I take my shower, walk my dog, say a prayer to God, hop on the charts, mark out my key levels, wait for my setup, take my setup when it's presented, win or loss, I detach from the outcome, I journal my trade, and I continue on with my day. Throughout my day, I make my content, provide value for you guys, enjoy time with family and friends. I go to the gym, I work on school, I work on my business. You know, I get all the daily things I need to get out the way, like my 75 hard, which is like reading, things of that sort. And it's rinse and repeat. And it's rinse and repeat. And so that's the reason I'm saying that trading becomes a very simple thing once you start to master this shit. But getting to that point is the hardest obstacle in the journey. You guys right now, with where you guys are right now, you guys are literally at the hardest part within trading. The hardest part isn't learning trading. The hardest part isn't when you've already became profitable. The hardest part is the middle, because that's where everyone gives up. Everyone gives up in the middle where you guys are at right now. Niggas can never see the end of the tunnel. You feel me? So they give up right now, not seeing that they were this close away from achieving profitability. Very close from achieving profitability. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours.